leaders' role in creating a psychologically safe workplace. So Amy Edmondson's research has shown that teams outperform within the same organization, right? So why? Because psychological safety lives and dies at the team level. What is the most important factor that impacts it? It's the leader's role modeling of the right behaviors. So it is absolutely essential for performance. And if you're a leader, it is your responsibility to create a climate. So how do you create it? So Dr. Amy Edmondson gives a three-step process. Set the stage, invite participation, and respond productively. So instead of discussing the steps, I am going to use a case study of children's hospitals and clinic in Minneapolis, Minnesota, uh, to show you these steps. So when Julie Morath took over as the CEO of 6 facilities, her goal was 100% patient safety. But mistakes were made and people didn't admit to it because they thought that when mistake was made, someone was to blame. So she knew that she needed to change that and create a climate of psychological safety. So we will view her case with the lens of the 3 steps. So first step, set the stage. What does it mean? Have I clearly articulated the purpose and explained the complexity of work? So now think about healthcare. No two patients are alike and multiple departments are working together to serve one patient, nurses, doctors, pharmacy, etc. So when mistakes were made, people tended, they had a tendency to blame each other or a person. So what Morath did was started explaining to the groups that delivering healthcare is a complex system and mistakes happen. So it's not anyone's fault, but it's the system's complexity. Second thing she did was she reminded them of the greater good or the purpose. Remember Google said meaning and purpose? So why did you join medical field? To save lives, to make people healthy. And this was a children's hospital. So these two things, emphasis on complex and error-prone nature of the work and reminder of what was at stake. So that is setting the stage for psychological safety to take place. Second step, invite participation. So you create an environment where speaking up is encouraged. Remember, silence is the default. So what she did was she set up systems where people can blamelessly report anonymously any and all mistakes. And she would ask powerful questions like, was everything as safe as you would like it to this week with your patients? Was everything as safe as you would like it to with your patients this week? And she set up Patient Safety Steering Committee, PSSC, to have a multidisciplinary or multidepartmental look. You know, you've heard the story about elephant and 5 blind men. So everyone thinks that they know what the elephant is, but you cannot solve the problem until you have an entire perspective of what the elephant looks like. And the third step is respond productively. So it is setting a culture that sustains continuous learning. So productive response means when someone brings a problem, you appreciate it, you respect it, and you show them a way forward. So every time someone brought up a problem, whether she agreed or not, she always thanked the person bringing the problem. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for bringing this up. And second is destigmatize failure. So failure is part of learning and part of growing. Not the kind of failure that happens because there is a clear violation of legal, quality, or safety norms, but failure that is as a result of trying something new. So these are the 3 steps that she used: set the stage, invite participation, and respond productively. So would you like to create a culture of psychological safety on your teams? You can type in yes. You may think that your teams are doing okay, but as I said, you may be leaving money on the table because research shows that many organizations lack psychological safety. And even in companies with good culture, you will find pockets of teams with high psychological safety and low psychological safety. So how do you do that? So we come to our first resource. We will send you the PDF guide to your registered email. And if you still haven't registered or if you joined late, you can type in your name, organization, and email, and we'll do the needful. So second thing is psychological safety assessment, a 360 assessment for the leader. And this is based on the 3 steps that we discussed with Julie Morath. And if you still remember them, you can type them in. I'll help you. First one is set the stage. Second one, invite participation. And third, respond productively. Okay. So this assessment, we can do it wherever your team members are virtually, and we are giving away 10 of them free for your first team, only for your first team, 1 team free per organization.